Oh, Libby, I wish you were here. That's what I like to say. We miss you. And Nancy missed her so much because, you know, Nancy was in Greensboro when all of you were here, so she missed seeing Libby. Isn't that strange? What a coincidence.
Oh yeah, we were there. And that's when Lisa was in the hospital.
Well, she's always in the hospital. Yeah, you were there, that's right.
Right.
But Libby was there.
That's when she's up at Greensboro.
Yeah.
Well,
She
you,
missed Libby.
and you made stolen today, and Libby didn't get any stolen. And
Yeah. Does she like stolen?
well, that's Lois walking by.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, I hope Libby will come by again sometime because I would really
You
like to
cannot
see
get
her.
on the couch.
She's one of my favorite people. Always has been.
Ours too.
We're going to see Libby in April or May. I forget which. The four of us are going out separately,
That's right.
but to come together.
I'm glad you keep in touch with her
Yeah.
because she has a lot
Is
of
she
friends.
coming out here or?
But she doesn't seem to
She'll
have a-
be out in July for her family reunion.
In
She have
Maryland.
a wonderful
In Maryland.
family.
But she'll probably come down and see everybody,
I
I
hope
think.
she
Well, we
I don't
enjoyed
know.
having her here.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun.
And Lou, I think this is a big family reunion that they're having this time.
If they had all the children coming cousins, it would be very big.
Yeah. And they're going to Mexico?
They're going to.
Who said that?
I think Libby and all of her siblings.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know how many folks are going, but Libby's
To
going.
Mexico.
Yeah, I think all of the family
Well,
was
all
going.
the siblings, but not all the
Right.
grandchildren.
And where are they going to
I
Mexico?
have no desire to go to Mexico.
Because
I get sick every time I go there.
we're going to Mexico because Carolyn didn't get to go. She was too little. And the family left her with some bad people.
Oh.
No, I don't know who they left her with.
So they're atoning for that now by going to Mexico? Would be
Right, they
the
have
last
to
thing in the
atone
world.
for not taking Carolyn.
Plants in front of the garage, are those the ones that you're getting?
Oh gosh.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's my babies out there.
So they're on the south side of
They're getting
that?
their roots.
You have to photograph those.
They all require full sun. He doesn't read it, but they all require full sun. We need the full sun here.
Well,
They'll be dead.
I saw some neighbors that had cut their crepe myrtles really, really bad. There's some that are only about a foot
Right
high.
down there.
I like that. It's called crepe murder.
Yeah, our next door neighbor, when we first moved here, he worked for the Rock Hill, and he had something to do with pruning them or something. You know, and that's why he was always commenting, why don't you, that's not the way to do it. And he was saying, I was murdering him. You should, he chops them right down to there's no stems at all. You know?
Wow.
Right.
And
They come
so
back.
we were always going back and forth about that.
If you're going to cut them down, cut them down.
And the guy down the corner who has a, what do you call those
Chainsaw.
saws? Chainsaw.
Oh, no.
He said, anytime I'll come over and cut it down for you. Let your husband know I did it.
Sounds like Grandmama here, doesn't it? When Grandmama was poisoning the neighbor's tree because she didn't want it.
No, what was it?
It was a tree Grandmama didn't like, and she had asked them, she wanted them to get rid of it, and they wouldn't. So she poured gasoline around it.
Oh,
What neighbor was that?
The policeman,
Oh.
she could have been
You
arrested.
knew,
When my mother wanted something done, she'd do it.
You knew what was the name of the policeman that lived next door?
Sid.
Yeah,
Sid Johnson.
Sid Johnson.
yeah.
Do you know what kind of tree it was, John?
No.
I can't remember, but she didn't
I,
like it.
I,
so do you think she
I only
actually
vaguely remember the
requested to have it
Johnsons.
taken
I
down?
think
Did they
she
live
has
in
been
both the
dressed.
house?
Right.
And did they rent out
Wow.
that garage apartment?
That's where they lived until they moved, and then they rented it out, I think. They built another house.
Well, who lived in the house next to the garage apartment? Was that
They
Sid's
did.
mother?
That's his mother and father, and they died too. They're all
Okay.
dead now. Sid's dead. I don't know if Dorothy's still living or not. Yeah, they're funny. But
Well, what else did you do up there in Ontario?
We went to the Royal Botanic Gardens and spent
Right.
2 days
Yeah,
there.
we left
Yeah,
Janet's,
your,
we did
Have your
that.
Postcard.
on your-
But
postcard
John,
there.
at Janet's house, took on a huge pruning of some of Janet's trees because they've been improperly pruned. And he asked Janet, he said, do you mind? And he asked Lou, do you mind if I do some pruning? And he said, mind? Of course not.
You can come in from
So-
anytime you want to, John.
So Lou showed John where the ladders were and the saws and the clippers.
We have
And
plenty of
every
ladders.
day, John spent hours out there.
He knows how to do it.
And Janet would call him for lunch and he wouldn't come and we'd have to go out and get him to get him to come in.
What kind
But
of
he
trees?
did a
You-
fantastic
your
job.
fruit trees you talking about?
There
now?
were fruit
No.
trees
Oh, well, yeah,
and,
some, but
and
most-
arborvitae.
Mostly
The arborvitae were huge. The arborvitae
yeah,
were
they needed
probably
pruning
75 years
badly.
old. They were real trees.
I don't know
Like
what
these
these
are,
things
those are big arborvitaes there, but,
No, these are Leland cypress.
oh.
That's a Leland cypress.
As soon as I said that, I was looking at that foliage and I
Look
said,
at them on
They're
both
that's
real
sides.
probably
pretty.
Leland
Both
cypress.
sides. They're just
Well,
so
they'll fall on
solid
your
and
house
out.
after a while.
The man
They
who
look
lived
Hopefully
very
we won't
healthy.
be here,
keen on
man.
privacy. He wanted privacy. So he had all these trees running along and you can't. I don't know who, never see the neighbors. Which is all right, I guess. But my little neighbor next door, Rachel, came over the other day. They knew her. And she rang the doorbell. She had about this tall. And she had this beautiful box for me. I was so shocked because nobody does that around here. And I asked her to come in and there were cookies that she had made and some trifle, chocolate truffle, whatever it is, truffle. I did. I thought that was so sweet of her to do that. Beautifully made and wrapped and the little boy was so cute. He was so interested in everything. The clock, fascinating. Fascinating.
Oh, I bet. That is
Thank
so
goodness I had
pretty.
it locked, otherwise he'd be in there.
That reminds me of your grandson. Trying to
He'd be
get
in
into
there.
Charlie's cabinet.
You see, they're interested in everything.
Oh,
that they-
absolutely.
And that's a sign of
Well,
intelligence.
there's so many interesting things in your house.
Exactly.
And Lou, what he wanted to do was to get to this stereo cabinet with smoky doors, and he would just not give up. Any way he could get to, and this morning he remembered it when he came downstairs and went after it again.
His mother hadn't let him do
Forget
it,
anything, do
so
they?
I just sat and watched him.
Yeah. Well, Julia, you might want to tell Libby goodbye for now until we see her again.
Well,
What?
I wanted to ask one more question,
But about Libby?
for Libby's sake.
Okay.
Ask me a question.
What's your book club going to do this year?
My book club.
Uh-huh.
Well, I have a list of them in
You
there.
do?
The next one is one by Jane Austen,
Oh.
which I think I read, I hope, because I need to read that again.
It sounds like you're reading backwards.
Well, we have a ex-English teacher.
Mm.
And one of the most interesting ones, her husband, she's married to David Shaw, who wrote this book about the sinking of the Arctic.
Oh.
Fascinating book, really is. I think I showed it to you. And we had one meeting at his house, and he discussed the writing of the book. And the only thing bad about it, he said that he can't sell the book. Nobody's buying books like that anymore. He gave me one. He came to the hospital. And I was in the hospital with this book. Oh, I was so shocked. Everybody's been wonderful to me. It pays to get sick, I guess. I tell you about my book club. They came here and brought me lunch one day.
Oh, Julie, that's wonderful.
One called and said, would you mind if we exchange, because my birthday was in August, the dates for this other. I said, I don't care what you do. I had to clean in the moment who was coming in the house, and everything was clean. They came and brought the birthday cake, balloons, table service, tablecloths, wine, and a big birthday cake. I couldn't believe it. Can you imagine people doing that?
So they had their meeting here and then they had luncheon.
We had lunch here. And they cleaned up and I had the table set, but they unset it, put their stuff on.
So you didn't have any cleanup.
Nothing to do. I was just in shock. Nobody ever did that for me before.
I still wondered if Lou might want to say goodbye to Libby for this time.
To Libby?
Yeah.
Well, we miss you, Libby. Hope we will see you next year if you come out this way. Be sure to come visit us.
And Julie?
Goodbye, Olivia. I miss you. I hope you'll come by to see us again. 'Cause I don't think I'll ever get to Fayetteville again.